Kapla, and welcome to my Let's Play / stream Star Trek Online. I'm the Big B82 and this is my KDF Tactical Officer, and this is part 75, Time and Tide, where we're carrying on the future-proof story arc. We're going to go to the future. We have been requested to rendezvous with the USS Pastok and travel to the 29th century to find out what's going on. So I'll get the mission and we'll see the future.
We have been contacted by the Federation from the 29th century. Their Temporal Integrity Commission is charged with protecting the timeline from factions who might want to change history. Considering our recent experiences, we feel the need to better understand the rules of time travel. However, it is important we don't know too much about the future, so we have decided to designate one representative to learn what we need to know. Given your record, you were the logical choice. You are to rendezvous with the USS Pastok. Her captain will give you a more thorough briefing upon arrival.
Okay, so we shall accept that mission. Now, it's pretty interesting there about the Temporal Integrity organisation, which I think Daniels is a member of. That the fact that they haven't noticed the USS Discovery's 900 years out of position. Yeah, somebody would have pulled that fucker back where it was. Oh well, let's begin. Time and Tide. Oh yeah, I'm sporting a new look. The Klingon Honor Guard from the Omega reputation. Looks pretty snazzy actually when you get to see it. Also I have a gun from that which fires a photon torpedo, which is in keeping with Klingon tradition, just blowing shit up.
Report to the USS Pastok.
We haven't been in the Kayana system since the Yarkonian War. There it is. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And you have a cape. I thought cape looks good. Can I Captain Walker?
It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad you were selected as your time's representative. I can't imagine a better selection. Of course, I already knew you were going to be chosen, but that doesn't change my appreciation. Your recent experiences with time travel have begun a new phase of development, and a perilous one at that. Understanding the rules of time travel is of vital importance.
I'm not a temporal agent, so I don't know where that thing's coming from. So tell me about the Temporal Prime Directive now. I wouldn't know about the Temporal Prime Directive because I am a Klingon officer, so the Klingons don't really give a crap about time, and they will manipulate it.
Starfleet personnel are strictly forbidden from directly interfering with historical events, and are required to maintain the timeline when possible. We're also restricted from revealing too much about the future. These principles have served Starfleet well. Now that the time travel genie is out of the bottle, it'll be hard to get it back in. The tech will spread through the galaxy, and species after species will learn the secrets of time.
I've seen that firsthand several times. Today you're going to the signing of the Temporal Accords. It is an honour that you earned as an agent. And I think it's important that you see for yourself what the work of the Alliance will lead to, and how important it is to the future civilizations. Thank you. It is an honour.
Are you ready to visit the future?
You kidding me? 2769.
Here we are. Since you're from the past, I'll be your chaperone during the event, hopefully protecting you from any temporal incidents. Purely procedural, of course. You've already demonstrated your ability to remain silent about things you aren't supposed to know.
Acknowledged.
Welcome, gentle being, to the signing of the Temporal Accords. Your biosigns aren't listed on our register today. I'll need to... Wait. I know you. I wrote a paper about you in classical history class at the Academy. I must say, you look much younger than your holo images. Wait, what year did you come from?
2410.
Oh, that explains why you look so young. Well, you sure have an eventful future ahead of you. Forget I said that. I'm not supposed to say things like that. To be honest, I'm still getting used to the new temporal regulations. They can be a little confusing. Anyway, the TIC crews are scrubbing the hall for anything that might cause a paradox if visitors from the past, like yourself, encounter them. It will be just a few moments.
Very well.
Perhaps you would like to chat with some of our other guests here in the lobby. I believe they have all been cleared for trans-temporal interactions. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Indeed, thank you. I'm being on my best behaviour. Let's talk to the temporal agent, Lieutenant Kwan.
Come on. What do you require?
Who are you?
I am Lieutenant Kwan of Klingon Temporal Intelligence. The KTI devotes a portion of its efforts to monitoring the time stream and dealing with time criminals. We investigate threats to the Empire in the past and in the future. Of late, we've been forced to spend much of our time cleaning up the mess left behind by the House of Bavat.
Why are you here?
I suspect that you and I are here for the same reason. To witness the signing of the Temporal Accords. Most temporal agents watch photo recordings of the event. But the three of us were given the honor of witnessing it in person.
I need nothing else from you. Talk to the protester.
The Nakul are here to protest the signing of these unlawful, biased accords.
Why?
The Tholians ravaged our homeworld, thanks to the Federation's ineptitude. In one dark moment, my people were scattered throughout the stars. All we were, our history, our way of life, was nearly lost. And when we needed the Federation the most, we were denied. Terrorists, they called us. Criminals, the dregs of the galaxy. These words, these deeds will never be forgotten or forgiven.
Well, I was actually there, and your minister at the time didn't really want my help. So, you're an idiot. I'm not sure what tragedy from the past has to do with today's events.
Today, the Federation and their lackeys come to tell the galaxy which timeline is best and what they'll do to keep it that way. But who are they to dictate such terms? To tell us that their history is more important than ours?
So you would change the past despite the risks you could undo your own existence.
My existence? My existence has been nothing but hardship and pain. The life of an exile. I'd gladly sacrifice it to restore my homeworld and prevent the mass exodus of my people. Don't tell me you wouldn't do the same, were our places reversed.
I'd resist temptation. Too much could go wrong with the risk.
Attention all guests. The main hall is now open. Please make your way to your seats.
There's the three of us, but you know, doing also include my tactical officer, my senior officer, and engineering officer and science officer. So we speak to 7 observers. I don't even want to listen to them. They call whinge. Speak to the Kabali.
The Kabali are quite thankful to see the Accords go into effect. Many who disagree with our customs could be tempted to return to a point in time where those customs could be disrupted permanently.
Indeed. Oh, I'm a Klingon, so no one here is without an enemy that would see them erased from time.
The Borg have a checkered past when it comes to time travel, particularly where the Federation is concerned. Thankfully, we've had the chance to make amends. The Cooperative is proud to be a part of today's proceedings.
As am I. It is quite an honor.
Your uniform. 25th century, correct? You're definitely a visitor from the past, and an honored one at that. Welcome to the 28th century. I hope you'll enjoy seeing what your work and sacrifice has wrought.
Make these accords work, and you'll honor me quite nicely. Ferengi?
These accords are going to provide quite the opportunity for historical studies of economic matters. I hear the Grand Nagus is going to formally announce several new temporal rules of acquisition soon. I hope at least one of them covers going back in time to beat someone to a deal.
Hopefully in a way that prevents such activities. Curry?
Greetings. Pardon me for saying so, but you look very familiar. Have we met before? Wait, I remember you from my history studies. You saved our homeworld. There's a statue in your honor in the capital city on Lukari Prime. Oh, wait. That's already happened for you, right? Oh, good. Woo. And just my luck to cause a paradox here, today. Can you imagine?
It would be quite awkward, yes. Right.
I am reminded of a quote from ancient Earth. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
Alexander should have looked at the stars. Plenty to conquer. That's the Klingon in me. That's the Master of Ceremonies. So what we got here? We've got Cardassian.
I must say, I am privileged to witness this historic event. Truly, it is a singular honor. I'm humbled, as I'm sure you are as well.
Indeed. See, I will be seeing history in the making today. We can speak to the rest, so we can speak to the Zindi.
The Zindi are no strangers to temporal affairs. The tragic conflict with Earth in the 22nd century and our manipulation by the Sphere Builders are matters of deep shame for us all. We support the Accords with the hope that they will prevent such tragedies from this day forth.
I think you're meant to be an insectoid. You sound like an insectoid or one of the reptilian, or maybe the reptilian Zindi. You're not the humanoid one. Yeah, I think you're meant to be the one. I think you're meant to be the reptilian. Laws are one thing, the will to enforce them is another. Folians.
The Tholian Assembly has decided to support the Accords. We are concerned that a rogue individual or species could disrupt our development. The Accords do not go far enough. We want to end all time travel. For any reason, we will continue to lobby for change aggressively. Should the Union fail to preserve the timeline, the Assembly will succeed by any means necessary. That is all.
Folian diplomacy at its finest. Fairy.
While the Accords promise to safeguard the time stream for us all, I can't help but ponder the opportunities for temporal abuse that will remain after they are signed. I fear great imbalance could occur, despite the very good intentions of all the signatories involved.
400 years for 400 years in the future, and you're still in bad balance, idiots. Make a good point. The Breen.
Time travel is a challenge for me. The Breen conspiracy suffers from pain at present, rather than the memory of the past. The mystery was useless.
Agreed. I like your approach. And who's last? Is this the Romulan? So we have Dominion. Dominion is still around.
I am honored by the founders and pleased to observe this most historic event. Although the Dominion was not greatly affected by the development of time travel, we have an interest in safeguarding the time stream.
That's good to hear. And the Romulans.
Jolan True, you are from the past. From before the time the Romulans joined the Federation, I'll wager. How strange all of this must be for you. The entire galaxy unites in preserving the timeline. This is truly a momentous day for all.
Yes. We'll see how long these Accords last though. Indeed it is. Alright, let's speak to the Knuckle Whinger.
The Nakul are not here to sign these Accords. We have already been victims of time-traveling aliens. But somehow this incursion into the timeline has been overlooked. Perhaps because of its importance to the founding of the Galactic Union. We proposed an amendment to restore our home world in the timeline, but it was rejected. Therefore we are here, with all eyes of the galaxy upon us, to point out the hypocrisy and unlawfulness of these Accords.
I see. Alright, let's speak to the Master of Ceremonies.
Well, one of our very special guests. It is so nice to meet you. I am Wixit, your humble Master of Ceremonies for this historic event. Quite an honor, wouldn't you say? So exciting! The ceremony is about to begin, so you should find your seat. But I'd love to chat with you after the signing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Delegates and honored guests, your attention please. The signing ceremony is about to begin. Please take your seats.
Representatives from dozens of species have gathered to witness this historic event. It looks like they are getting ready to begin the formal signing. Of course, this is largely ceremonial. The negotiation. Wait, there is some kind of disturbance.
This oppression will not stand. The time stream shall be free. We will liberate the galaxy from the tyranny of the Temporal Accords. We shall wipe the stain of the Federation from history.
Quick, get the delegates to safety. The Krenim are taking the delegates hostage.
That's not very sporting, is it?
The Krenim have grabbed the delegates and are holding them hostage in some nearby offices. This is damn peculiar. We're facing a major temporal flux here. The hostiles have neutralized embassy security. It looks like they weren't expecting us to be here. It's up to us to rescue the delegates.
Acknowledged. Hello to my new weapon!
More Krenim beaming in! More Krenim! Neutralize them as quickly as possible. We need to save those delegates.
Can anybody hear us? The Krenim are holding us hostage in the embassy offices. Please, anyone, help!
Now you made me mad.
Requesting immediate assistance.
Hang on, we're on our way.
Cooperate, and you won't be threatened. Resist, and your safety cannot be guaranteed.
I thought my life path was at an end. My thanks for proving me wrong.
You're welcome. Yeah, get the hell out of here.
It was a good day to die for the Krenim.
Well said, Ambassador. Kopla.
World. And now you saved me. I'm beginning to like you.
The feeling is mutual, Ambassador. Stay safe.
I shall live to serve the Founders another day. My thanks to you, of course.
You're welcome.
This wasn't supposed to happen. History says the Accords were signed and there was no mention of an attack.
We should return to our ships and see if we can help with the defense efforts. Why do well? I do like these missions. I wish there was more of them.
Those look like Krenim ships.
And they're attacking in force. We've got to stop them before they disrupt the timeline any further.
This conference will not continue. I won't abide it. All ships fire at will. Leave no survivors. Recognize that ship.
RKS Kotor. Oh yeah, baby.
You will not prevail.
You know how many times I've heard people say that to me?
The Nakul have used the Krenim attack as a cover to attack the temporal sensor array. All our forces are tied up fighting the Krenim. We can't afford to lose that array. It monitors the time stream for incursions. If it were damaged, people could travel into the past without being detected. Curious. The Krenim and Nakul vessels have started fighting each other in the confusion. Let's make the most of that, shall we?
Understood. Helm, set, intercept course. Range, idiotics, nunchkins. Space is three-dimensional, moron.
Cleared out most of the Krenim ships. Engaging Anoraks now. The more the merrier.
For glory, for honor, for the Empire.
My briefing on your timeline. I've been a researcher on the Anorak's time-shift project, if memory serves.
Yes, he helped us against the Iconians.
I thought as much. Something must have disturbed the timeline. I'm afraid you will need to return to your own time to investigate. I'll accompany you, but I can't interact with anybody from your time. I'll open a portal when you're ready. Are you ready now?
That's not what's written there, Captain Walker. I see something must have disturbed the timeline and Noy himself, it seems. We need to return to your timeline and investigate the Harm Master. I'll accompany you but cannot interact with anybody from your timeline. Time is of the essence. Are you ready to go? Yeah, let's go. Find out what Noy's up to. Noy. He was a bit of a dick during the Iconian War.
You are cleared for docking.
Welcome back to Kiana. We hadn't expected to see you again so soon. To what do we owe the pleasure?
I have some questions about Noy.
Noy? Well, he's been working on some secret project of late. To be honest, he's been more than a little hostile. And that's saying something for Noy. I was about to check in with him, if you would like to accompany me.
Lead on, Supervisor.
Oh, it's you. I thought I'd seen the last of you after you flew off to your great victory over the Iconians. Well, what do you want? I'm very busy.
What are you working on?
Come now, you can read, can't you? Access my latest report to command if you want to know what I'm working on. Feel free to waste the time of the charming bureaucrat standing next to you, but I'll thank you to stop wasting mine. Now, if this interrogation is over, I've more important matters to attend to. Good day.
We're not done, Noi. Watch your tongue.
Like I said, more than a little hostile. He's been like this for some time now, and no one's sure why.
We have reason to believe he may be plotting treason. Would it be possible to see what he's working on?
Treason? Noi? I mean, sure, he's been difficult to work with, but... Oh, I hope you're wrong. Noi has top-level access to everything we're working on here. I don't need to tell you how much damage that could do in the wrong hands. Let me call up his files.
Thank you, Supervisor.
He was working on the Anoraks. Wait a minute. It looks like he was accessing the launch protocols and docking plans.
I see you found my farewell gift, Tralla. I'm so glad. As for you, I'm taking command of the Anoraks now. I can see that bothers you greatly. So will the numerous bombs I've left behind.
To do a lot worse than this, you jackass. Particularly because they're Klingon bombs. Why wasn't that shit just decommissioned?
Stole the Anoraks? I can't believe it. How could he do such a thing? What drove him to betray us like this?
Maybe there's a clue in his personal logs.
There's only one way to find out. Computer, bring up the research notes and personal logs of researcher Noi. Authorization Tralla 23, Victor 6 Sigma.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Please input your selection below.
Access log CJY043.
Personal log supplemental. We had some visitors from the Alliance today. Noi was rather rude to them, but I managed to smooth things over. This time. Still, he has good reason to be stressed. The war isn't going well, and there's a lot of pressure on him right now. He could be a bit more agreeable, however. Perhaps a peace offering. Those Terran snack cakes he's so fond of with the... what is the word? Nougat. I tried to tell him about the baby again last night, but he was so stressed out. I just couldn't add to his burden. Hopefully things will calm down a bit soon and I can tell him. On a positive note, my work is progressing quite well. I believe these logs should now be shielded from any kind of temporal incursion.
Oh shit.
Please input your selection below.
Access log NDZ078.
Personal log supplemental. My review of the time capsule files is complete. What I have learned has shocked me to the very core of my being. I had a wife, and she was pregnant. My wife and unborn child were murdered by the Federation and their allies. They devastated my people, murdered my family, and erased an entire species from time and space. cannot let this stand. This I vow. I shall not rest until I have restored my family or avenged their deaths. Time itself shall be the instrument of my vengeance.
Please input your selection below.
Access log NDZ187.
Personal log supplemental. At last, I have found them, the Tutarians. Or rather, what they have become. Some of them managed to escape the treachery of the Federation, finding sanctuary in a trans-dimensional void. They are powerful. So powerful that some primitive species worship them like gods. And yet, they are trapped in their realm, no longer able to exist within prime space. But I can help them. I can release them from durance vile. With these builders at my side, I shall have my vengeance for Clouda.
So they become the spear builders. Interesting.
Please input your selection below.
Download the logs.
Download complete.
What the? We're under attack!
Noi has returned, and he's made a number of potent modifications to his ship. We could use some help up here with him and his allies.
Oh boy. I shall wipe that smirk from his face. He has crossed the wrong goal. I will not gong until I have defeated him.
I have been waiting for this for a long time. At last, I take the first fateful steps upon my path of vengeance.
That will be your last if you're not careful. Stand down.
As always, your thinking is so limited. For you, it has been moments, but for me, it has been years. Years of planning, building, all to return to this moment in time, to end you.
It doesn't have to happen, Noi.
Oh, but it does, believe me. You took them. My wife, my unborn child. Time was your weapon then, and it is mine now. With it, I will eradicate your wretched alliance, just as you wiped the Tutarians from history. But first things first. It's time for you to die.
I don't think so. You're a scientist, not a starship captain. Give up now.
This is Walker. We've got our hands full with Noi over here, but we'll keep him busy while you defend the station. We could use a hand once it's secure, though. Anorax packs quite a punch.
Acknowledge, Pastak. You foolish people, think you can defeat me?
Definitely isn't the same Anorax we left a few minutes ago.
Don't die the same. The Harmaster, we've been pulled into the time stream with the Anoraks. Can't let her escape. Target her engineering section to disable the main drive. So I've looked into the lead to our heading, trying to change direction while the temporal transit could be disastrous. Struck that warp field and made his escape in the chaos.
Damn. A rogue agent out there with a ship like the Anoraks is a real big problem. One step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready for the trip.
Right. Again, he didn't save me. Like, damn, a rogue agent like out there with a ship like the Anoraks is a big problem. Is a big enough problem. But I'm afraid the news just gets worse. My science officer tells me the noise ship is using spear builder tech. Looks like they're back and with a vengeance. We've got a lot of work to do, but it will take one step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready. So, the plot thickens.
So, Noi turned against us, huh? This is troublesome. With his theft of the Anoraks, he poses a great threat to the galaxy. Sadly, I don't think we've seen the last of him. The surprise actions of the Nakul are also a concern. What could they be up to, I wonder? Regardless, I think you'll agree. The battlefield just got a lot bigger.
You know, you sound remarkably like someone from the Federation. The head of the Federation, actually. So Noi turned against us. With the Anoraks, this Makwa poses a great threat to the galaxy. We haven't seen the last of him. Surprise actions of the Nakul is also a concern. When will we see their knives again, I wonder. Regardless, I think you agree that Harmaster, the battlefield just got a lot bigger. Yes, it did. Well, I'll deal with it. So we do the Amity bundle.
Serve the Empire. Congratulations, General.
Gives us the USS Pastark. Epic level ship. But when we return in part 76, we will be doing the Temple Front. Delegates are meeting and to determine the future of the Alliance, journey to the summit of New Romulus and help ensure its success. Meet our delegation at the embassy of New Romulus. So, we'll find out what's going on. Finally clicking and motoring along here. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm the Big B82. Please subscribe, comments are welcome. And as always, I shall see you in the next part. Thank you very much for watching. Ciao for now. Ciao for now.